Hello and thanks for staying with us. Customs sees smuggled vegetable oil worth 1.3 billion naira in 12 months. Also on Customs report, Tinkan Command speaks with stakeholders on how to operate at the port. While Operation Wild Wind in the Customs Service sees a truck loaded with petroleum product about to be smuggled outside the country. Plus, more report. I am Egeseme Etienne. Stay tuned. The Nigerian Customs Service has accepted vegetable oil worth 1.3 billion naira within 12 months in the country. The country Nigerian Customs also warned importers of vegetable product to stop bringing in consignment not approved into the country.
In a major blow to smuggling activities in the southeast, the Nigerian Customs Service Federal Operations Unit Zone C, Owerri, has intercepted a large consignment of foreign vegetable oil with a duty-paid value of 403.5 million naira. The seizure, which followed intelligence-driven operations by officers of the units, underscores the service's renewed determination to combat smuggling and protect local industries from the adverse effects of illicit trade. Speaking while presenting the seizure, the Comptroller of FOU Zone C, Bashir Balogun, said the operation was carried out based on credible intelligence and effective coordination among customs personnel. The Nigerian Customs Service hosted a high-level diplomatic cocktail reception in Abuja, bringing together ambassadors, high commissioners, heads of missions, and senior government officials in a strategic engagement aimed at strengthening international cooperation, trade relations, and institutional partnerships. The event, held at the rooftop of the Nigerian Customs Service headquarters, Maitama, Abuja, also attracted the Chief of Air Staff, the Inspector General of Police, members of the Customs Management, and other senior officials from key security and government institutions. Welcoming the diplomatic community, the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, expressed appreciation for the sustained support of international partners in strengthening bilateral relations and advancing global trade cooperation with Nigeria.
We do recognize the very serious importance, the critical importance of the diplomatic missions in our country. We recognize the very, very important job that you do, not just in representing your various countries, but then in ensuring that we have very good diplomatic relations between your countries and Nigeria. And by extension, when we talked about very good diplomatic relations, we're also talking about very good trade relations with Nigeria. So the promotion of trade, the promotion of your national interests are believed to be the essential characteristics of what define your mission in Nigeria. So we're therefore here to say Nigeria Customs Service, working with other agencies of government, would be here to extend warm welcome to all of you in Nigeria, to make your tenure of duty in Nigeria very experiential, to make you feel at home in Nigeria. We want to assure you that things that concern speedy clearance of your imports when you need them will be given attention all of the time. And towards doing that, one of the measures that we have considered would be the establishment of a special desk within the Trade and Tariff Department that would handle and hasten the clearances, the processing of your Form CC1 to ensure that clearance of your goods in the ports, those that relate to projects that you're handling in Nigeria, those that relate to things belonging to officials working in your embassies are given speedy documentation and clearance in our ports. And Nigeria Customs Service is an agency that is undergoing transformation. And so, because I also sit as the chair of the World Customs Organization, I do know that in your various countries, your customs administrations are also going through similar kind of reforms. We meet regularly, we compare notes, and we've seen that there is opportunity for us to learn best practice from each other. So, as a deliberate strategy for modernization, we have built on a plank of capacity building. So what this means is that we identify customs administrations that have advanced in different areas of customs operations, and we learn from them periodically. You can let that fly. Periodically. So we do benchmarking visits to some of these customs administrations. We learn best practice from them, and most importantly, we organize study tour to some of these countries. For African countries, our officers who are undergoing training in Command and Staff College go to at least 4 African countries in a year for them to understand, what is happening about customs modernization in those places. The second plank of modernization is for us to collaborate across borders. So we have opportunity to seek collaboration from customs administrations that are undergoing the kind of reforms, the kind of modernization that we are experiencing in Nigeria. Fortunately, the World Customs Organization, an umbrella body bringing together about 184 countries, had made it easier by providing a template for us to have a legal framework for cooperation and collaboration. As we speak, we have that kind of collaboration with about 20 countries and still counting. I had the opportunity to discuss with His Excellency the Ambassador of the Royal Kingdom of Netherlands that in June during the Policy Commission, during the Council session, we will have the opportunity to consummate the agreement we have with the Dutch Customs. We have similar agreements with a number of other customs administrations. But between us customs administration, we can have intention to collaborate. But for us to take it to the level where it will be properly executed, implemented, we need the various embassies of these customs administrations, because even when we sign, we still need them to help us to transmit using diplomatic channels and taking them through various countries where they will go through some other internal processes. So
the Nigerian Customs Service and the American Business Council, ABC, have reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening trade relations and addressing bottlenecks affecting business operations through sustained public-private sector engagements. The resolution was reached during the quarterly meeting at the service's headquarters in Abuja, where discussion centered on improving trade facilitation, enhancing security, and promoting stronger economic ties between Nigeria and the United States. Speaking during the meeting, the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, stressed the importance of regular consultation with stakeholders, noting that the engagement will be institutionalized as a permanent feature of the service's calendar.
The National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders in the country has commended the federal government for the improvement in the bonded warehouse operation in the country. The founder has this to say on the number of bonded warehouses in the country.
The National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders NAGAF advocacy team has commended the level of innovation and automation introduced at the rolling grazing bonded terminal in Ijaniki, Lagos, describing it as a model that could enhance seamless cargo operations in Nigeria. The team, led by NAGAF founder Dr. Boniface Okechukwu Aniobona, during an assessment visit to the facility, inspected the terminal's operations and expressed satisfaction with the technology-driven systems deployed to support trade activities. Addressing journalists after the visit, Dr. Boniface said the terminal represents a new phase in cargo handling with e-commerce automation fully integrated into its operations.
This is completely a new innovation, should understand that now. that all infrastructures have been put in place to create opportunity for seamless business or cargo operations. You saw the inside. I saw it myself. They sit down here and do their business. And that's the essence of e-commerce, automation. It's in full force here. And I think every freight forwarder must take advantage of this here. You see, this is what we call eyewitness account. And you have seen it. They are ready for business. So it's left for us now, for me as a leader, to go and tell the freight forwarders, NAGAF people in particular, to take advantage of this terminal and do their business. Because some of us are tired of getting complaints up and down. You understand? You get to some terminals, you put down your container, you discover that water enters the container. Some of the terminals, it's waterlogged. So you can video here and see the thickness of what they have done here. And so we have to have limits. We project or put our cargo into risk. And like I said, the issue of security is a major problem in our country. Okay? And if you don't have equipment, you are bound to compromise. But right now, the stackers, look at it, the Kalmas is here. Almost a brand new to do this. And more are coming in from what I have just learned from Jibo.
He noted that the facilities available at the terminal demonstrate that bonded terminals should serve as transit points rather than storage locations, adding that such infrastructure would encourage efficiency and improved business operations.
You are watching the program Customs Report.
The Nigerian Customs Service Federal Operations Unit Zone A has handed over a seized consignment of 596,700 tablets of tramadol hydrochloride 250 milligram, valued at 180 million naira, to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control for further investigation. Speaking during the handover ceremony in Lagos, the Deputy Comptroller in charge of administration, DC T.W. Watterson, who represented the Comptroller of the unit, Comptroller Gambo Aliyu, said the illicit pharmaceuticals were intercepted during intelligence-driven operations conducted along the Ijebu-Ode corridor. According to him, the drugs were concealed in a Toyota Hilux vehicle and 2 suspects have been arrested in connection with the seizure, following coordinated surveillance and enforcement operations by Agbara team.
Intercepted 12 cartons containing a total of 596,700 tablets of tramadol hydrochloride in 250 milligrams. The seizure was made along the Ijebu-Ode corridor between the 1st and 11th of June 2026. The illicit pharmaceuticals were conveyed in the Toyota Hilux, and 2 suspects were arrested following coordinated intelligence and the well-executed surveillance operations. The seized tramadol tablets has a value of 180 million naira only. Here are the supply chain of these criminal networks. This intersection underscores the service's unwavering commitment to combating the proliferation of illicit pharmaceutical products and the contradiction of customs zero tolerance for smuggling. This symbolic handover today represents not merely a transfer of goods, but a transfer of responsibility. We now entrust these items to NAFDAC in furtherance of her mandate under the NAFDAC Act Cap N1 Law of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 for further investigation and necessary legal actions.
He noted that the interception formed part of ongoing efforts by the service to dismantle drug trafficking networks operating across the southwest region. The Nigerian Customs Service Apapa Area Command has recorded a major breakthrough in its ongoing crackdown on transnational crime, drug trafficking, and the importation of harmful products into Nigeria, intercepting 1.81 tons of cannabis sativa, popularly known as Canadian loud, and large consignments of expired pharmaceutical products valued at over 12.78 billion naira. The seizures were made through intelligence-led operations carried out by the command in collaboration with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and other security agencies. According to the Customs Area Comptroller, Comptroller Emmanuel Oshoba, officers acting on credible intelligence intercepted a 40-foot container with container number CAAU 7569127, loaded with 3,639 sachets of cannabis sativa, each weighing 500 grams, bringing the total weight to approximately 1,819 kilograms, that's 1.81 tons. The illicit drugs were carefully concealed inside a black Toyota Nissan vehicle, a Toyota Sienna, as well as bags and drums packed within the container in an apparent attempt to evade detection. Preliminary field tests confirmed the substance as cannabis sativa, underscoring the command's growing capacity to uncover sophisticated smuggling operations targeting Nigeria's maritime gateways. The Nigerian Customs Service, in collaboration with international partners, has foiled an attempt to smuggle a large consignment of TAP Tramadol 250 mg through the Murtala Muhammed Area Command. The intercepted shipment was formally handed over to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency for further investigation and necessary action. Speaking during the handover ceremony, the Customs Area Comptroller, Comptroller Godwin Otula, said the successful operation underscores the NCS's continued commitment to combating the trafficking of controlled substances that pose significant threats to public health and national security.
Distinguished officers, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to formally hand over the seizure of a large consignment of Tapentadol 250 mg intercepted by officers of the Murtala Muhammed Area Command in the course of our statutory duty of protecting our borders and safeguarding a nation from illicit trade. This successful interception underscores the commitment of the Nigerian Customs Service to combating the trafficking of dangerous substances that threaten the health, safety, and security of our citizens. I wish to especially commend the officers of the Special Wide Office of the NCS Intelligence Unit, whose diligence, professionalism, and timely intelligence played a significant role in this achievement. I also appreciate the dedication and teamwork of officers and men of Murtala Muhammed Area Command who participated in the operations. Furthermore, the command acknowledges the valuable technical support and cooperation received from UAE Customs. I repeat that. Furthermore, the command acknowledges the valuable technical support and cooperation received from the UAE Customs. Their assistance was instrumental in identifying and intercepting this illegal shipment, further demonstrating the importance of international collaboration in the fight against transnational crime. As we hand over these seized items on behalf of the Comptroller General of Customs, Ashiru Adewale Adeniyi, MFRPT, to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency for further investigation and necessary action, I reaffirm the commitment of the NCS to strengthening interagency cooperation and intelligence-driven operations in the interests of national security. Thank you, and God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The comptroller in charge of Honor 2 in Rivers State has warned would-be smugglers to desist from any acts of smuggling at the ports. He handed down the warning when speaking with a journalist in his command.
It is an unprecedented collection in the history of this command. This remarkable achievement reflects our unwavering commitment to revenue generation, trade facilitation, and the enforcement of excellent government fiscal policies. Today, I am pleased to also showcase the command's significant anti-smuggling strides recorded over the past few months. In February 2026, our vigilant officers intercepted an attempted smuggling of a 1x40-foot container declared to contain plumbing materials with a duty-paid value of 220,000 naira. Upon examination, the container was discovered that the perpetrators had concealed the original container number and replaced it with a fake one in an attempt to evade unlawfully the payment of duty. They attempted to remove the container from the port without due process. Also in the same month, our officers intercepted additional 9x40 containers laden with various items, including bales of fabrics, building and carpentry tools and materials, cartons of LED lights, cartons of solar fans, and bales of garments, among other things, with a duty-paid value of 1,251,368,000 naira. The Importers Contraband Section 231, Section 233, and Section 246 of the Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023. Alteration of marks and numbers through document falsification and attempted smuggling. Consequently, the containers and their contents were detained and converted to seizure in accordance with the law. Furthermore, in the same April 2026, the command intercepted another 6x20-foot container carrying a total of 1,100 jerrycans of super delicious vegetable oil with a duty-paid value of 494 million naira. This importation contravenes Section 55 of the Nigerian Customs Service Act 2023, which prohibits the importation of refined vegetable oils and fats in order to protect the local industries and also to promote the production of vegetable oil in Nigeria. Also intercepted was a 1x40-foot container concealing unregistered drugs comprising about 600 cartons of High-Regera brand of drug, hidden among other items such as cartons of chili quarter, ceiling fans, and food packs. The duty-paid value of this item is estimated at over 139 million naira. The total duty-paid value for all the C-17 containers is 2,069,936,800 naira. I wish to use this opportunity to send a clear message to all mischievous importers and their agents that the Nigeria Customs Service remains unwavering in its resolve to combat smuggling in all its forms, and all form of trade malpractices will not be allowed at this port.
According to him, the port will always maintain government policies.
This should serve as a deterrent to every importer and port user that you can't get away with this. It's better you follow due process. Imagine the amount of money that has been invested in this and it's all lost. Just follow due diligence and carry your consignment to the market. But if you decide to use other means to carry them, due diligence officers are always on watch, like the EP, that we are. And we will get the same thing. All these were the brown ones. All these are the brown containers. Look at the duty paid value. All this is lost, 232 million. Lost because you want to take the easy way out. The ones that conceal drugs inside, they have lost also the commercial items inside because they try to use them to cover up for the illicit items they want to bring into the country. The same thing with this cloning. They will change the figure, one of the figure, or all of the figures, so that they will tally with the ones that have been cleared successfully, the ones that have paid duty correctly. They will now come and superimpose that number, thinking that they can beat the eagle eye custom officers in one airport.
The Customs Area Controller in charge of Tinkan Customs Command have been speaking with stakeholders on the operation of the port. So at Nigerian Port, we always implement government policies and fight against importation of uncustomed goods through the port.
I recognize the strategic importance of this command to national revenue, trade, and security, and I accept this responsibility with humility and commitment. I also wish to commend the ACG for the giant strides recorded during its tenure. Under his leadership, the command witnessed significant progress in revenue collection, trade facilitation, and the suppression of smuggling activities. These achievements have raised the bar and strengthened the reputation of Tinkan Island Port Command as a critical gateway for legitimate trade. I pledge to consolidate on these gains and build a command that is even more efficient, transparent, and result-oriented.
The head of the wide wing of the Nigerian Customs Service has again intercepted a truck loaded with petroleum products about to be smuggled outside the country.
The Deputy Comptroller in charge of Operation Whirlwind in the headquarters, Lucky Aliu, has warned against the illegal exportation of petroleum products outside the country through unapproved routes. He handed down the warning when his team seized a truck with petroleum products in Katsina State.
Just before the end of this week's edition of the program Custom Port, we brought you a report where the Nigerian Customs Service has continued to speak on how things should be cleared at the port. For me, Igisemeti here. Thanks for watching.